yourself and you ain't got no sense.
Homie in the Hellcat?
You look down,
Yeah.
Hellcat.
I'm gonna always find a way. Just remember that. I'm Homie in the Hellcat. And I'll see you on the next time.
Nigga, I'm chillin'. Twin sides had to sleep on it. New crib, drop 3 on it. Hit the club and just keep going. See, I'm gonna stop.
That's what's up, man. Growing up in Philly, man, what could you say about growing up in Philly? Because, you know, we get this rep that is a hardcore city and it's rough and tough. What's some of your fondest memories about growing up in Philly? Not to put you on the spot, but just to talk about real quick. Since we in Philly, we might as well talk about Philly.
Yeah. Well, being in Philly, you just see a lot. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, like, I was real mischievous, so I got into a lot of stuff. I had uncles that were into a lot of stuff, so I seen a lot of illegal activity. I seen the guy get his
What's up, guys? How you doing? You rocking out with the one and only phillydom. I'm out here in the city of brotherly love with my boy 215, Philly YouTuber, Philly extraordinaire, Philly this, Philly that, Philly. You might have seen him in the Dominican Republic and other countries doing his thing. Tell him a little bit about yourself. Tell him about your channel, whatever you want to say.
Hey, what's up? So I started doing YouTube back in December. You know what I'm saying? Like, I reached out to phillydom in the streets with keys.
DC.
TMI, you know what I'm saying? I reached
York.
out to them like to kind of like get the lay of the land of YouTube because I was interested in doing it. So I did consultations with them, and I just jumped right into it. Started doing it in December. So I've been doing it for about 7 months now. It's a lot harder than I thought it would be. Like, I thought it would be a lot easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I'm putting out videos, but my videos are only getting like 100 views. So, like, sometimes that discourages me from even making videos. It makes me just want to go back to being just a regular traveler. But like, Philly said, give it at least a year. So I'm going to give it at least a year, see how things go. You know what I'm saying? Go from there.
Yeah, it's going to be all right, man. What's some countries that you want to go to that you ain't been to yet? You know, people always want to know that.
Yeah, well, I definitely want to go to the Big Four, CTG. I'm going to CTG in September. Then I'll be back in the Sioux for Halloween. But I definitely want to go to Brazil. I definitely want to go to Thailand. Definitely want to go to Costa Rica, Dubai. Those are a few places on my list for next year.
Okay. And do you consider yourself to be a passport bro? I always ask people that. I mean, you're a content creator right now, but I mean, do you consider yourself a passport bro? And what's your definition? I'll ask everybody because, like I said, the passport bro movement ain't never been a problem. Yeah. When white boys been traveling, it ain't never been a problem.
True.
Now a whole bunch of black dudes got their passports. Like 2020, I'm thinking during the pandemic time, people started getting their passports, and because they could work online and they wanted to travel. So what is your definition of a passport bro? And do you consider yourself to be a passport bro?
Well, I would just consider a passport bro any brother with a passport that travels.
Okay.
So yeah, I would consider myself a passport bro, but there's so much negativity towards passport bros, and a lot of people don't want to claim being one. But me, I don't really care. I travel, and I travel for different reasons. So I'm cool with being labeled as a passport bro.
Oh, that's what's up, man. I'll be here for a while, man. So me and him definitely gonna link up. Me and 215 gonna definitely link up and do some videos here as well. He was talking about earlier about Kensington. He ain't been to Kensington. He's like, Kensington, North Philly. Is that considered North Philly? Some people argue in Philly to say Kensington. I say it's Northeast Philly, like the beginning of Northeast Philly. Some people say it's North Philly.
I still consider it North Philly, but it's just really two sides of North Philly. You got the side like 15th Street up and 15th Street below. So 15th Street below is mainly all the Puerto Ricans, and you still got some blacks there, some whites there, but majority Puerto Ricans. But past 15th Street is mainly all black, that part of North Philly.
That's what's up, man. growing up in Philly, man, what could you say about growing up in Philly? Because, we get this rep that is a hardcore city and it's rough and tough. What's some of your fondest memories about growing up in Philly? Not to put you on the spot, but just to talk about real quick. Since we in Philly, we might as well talk about Philly.
Yeah. Well, being in Philly, you just see a lot. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, like, I was real mischievous, so I got into a lot of stuff. I had uncles that were into a lot of stuff, so I seen a lot of illegal activity. I seen a guy get shot in the head, get his brains blown out when I was like 10 years old.
Wow.
Because I was working at one of my uncles, he had a pool hall.
Uh-huh.
I was working there selling bears and everything at 10 years old. Uh-huh. So I used to see a lot of crazy stuff, a lot of fights there, just a lot of crazy stuff. And I mean, just like any big city, you're going to see a lot of crazy things. You're going to experience a lot of things. So I experienced a lot at an early age, but in my early stages, I never really got to travel though, really outside of the city, unless it was to like maybe Atlantic City. So that's why I'm really traveling more. That's why I'm exposing my daughter to travel a lot sooner. Like at 6 years old, she's been so many places. More places I've been probably up to like 18 years old. Like,
wow, because you had the opportunity and the time to take her to see these different places.
The time. And she's still going to go to a lot more places. I definitely want to take her a lot more places outside the country.
Okay. She's gonna definitely remember that, because I've been traveling with my dad since 3 to Haiti, and from there I've been traveling my whole life, man. It's like a bug. Like she gonna catch the bug early, so she ain't gonna know life unless she travel. Like
definitely. Like I don't want my daughter when she grow up to be impressed by a dude flying her out or taking her to a fancy restaurant, because she's gonna be used to that. I'm doing all that now. So
yeah, that's smart. You're doing the groundwork now.
Yeah,
that's smart. That's smart. Also, man, what can I say? I like to say thank you for your service, because he's ex-military, man.
Yeah, still in.
He's National Guard. He's still in the military.
I got to do one more year in order to retire. So
you might as well do it. You're young, man. You had the whole stretch now.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish this year. Yeah. Then I'm gonna get out, just because it'll free me up to do a lot more.
Okay.
So
that's cool, man. Anything else you want to tell them about Philadelphia? Because they asked me like, "Oh, your name's phillydom." Like, well, you got a lot of love for Philly. But I told them, like, our city, people, we just have love for our city, man.
Yeah, we got love for our city. There's a lot to do in our city. A lot of tourists come to Philly to see all the tourist stuff, the Liberty Bell, the Rocky Steps, the museum. Like, there's a lot of things to do in Philly. There's a lot of nice nightclubs, gentleman clubs. Like, there's a lot to do in Philly. Yeah. But it's like, I've done so much. It's like, I want to see other things now.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
So much here, so.
I feel the same way. I feel like I outgrown Philly, like when I was young, because my dad, like what you doing with your daughter, my dad and my mom did that when I was young. Okay. Like your daughter to different countries and different cities and different places. That, man, it's just like, you just like, damn, the world is a lot bigger than what I thought it was.
Yeah, definitely.
It opens you up to different things that you wouldn't catch in your hometown or where you from, unless you're out and about and you're traveling in these different places. So that's a plus. That's a plus, man.
Yeah, definitely.
And, this is another question I like to ask people all the time. What would you recommend, since you've been traveling now for a while, what would you recommend a good startup country for somebody, a guy from Philly, or New York, or DC, LA, they ain't never stepped foot out of their city, and, they like, oh, I got a little bit of money, I'm going to travel right now. What would you recommend them to go that first trip outside of the country?
I would recommend the Sioux, just like all the other YouTubers do. Okay. They recommend the Sioux just because it's so small and it's so convenient. Everything is right there, and they really cater to like people in the States. So I feel like that's definitely the first destination to get your feet wet.
When he's talking about the Sioux, he's talking about the Sioux Dominican Republic.
Sioux Dominican Republic.
And a lot of expats there. It's in the North Coast. Yeah. A lot of expats is there. They got Puerto Plata right by there. What's the other one? Cabarete right there, man. Yeah. And it's a lot of Americans, a lot of Europeans that live there. So if you don't know the language or anything like that, it's real easy for you to move around. Yeah. There's always somebody going to be speaking English or Spanish.
Yeah, definitely.
So you're going to be all right.
A lot of the women speak fluent English.
Yeah.
Pretty much all the guys speak it. So I'll talk to a lot of the women just to kind of like pick their brain. I'll talk to a lot of the men just to pick their brain. Kind of just to get game, like just to get information about the place.
Okay. And to ask you one more question to end this. this interview. What would be a good place if you had to retire and you had to leave? I mean, when you retire and you want to leave Philly, no, how can I say? I'll reword it. Philadelphia, like if you had another place to live and you had to pick another place to live outside of Philly to retire outside of the country, so far from your travels, what country has caught your eye that you would want to like say, oh, I get a little older, I want to retire here or stay in this country, or what place so far?
I would say, well, I've only really traveled like to the DR, Puerto Rico, Jamaica. Then with the military, I traveled a few places. But what I think Dominican Republic or Brazil, and that's because I like color. Like I like beautiful women, and I like women of color. So and
you definitely gonna get that in the Dominican Republic, and you're gonna definitely get that in Brazil.
So that's where I would go. And I like the energy of Dominican Republic, even though a lot of people hate on it.
No,
like,
they got
it's good to me. The women are good to me. The place is good to me. So I like it.
No, I like the energy in the DR. The DR is always. I tell anybody, man, that'll put like an extra 10 years on your life.
Yeah, and
being in the Dominican Republic will put an extra 10 years on your life, because it's always partying, it's always live. If you're an older person, if you're a young person, everybody living life. It's not like that in the States.
Yeah, like in Colombia, you got the whole safety concern. Everybody's saying like I took my daughter to Sosua, but I definitely wouldn't take my daughter to CTG or anywhere in Colombia, just because I wouldn't feel like that she would be safe there. So. Colombia definitely wouldn't be on my list to retire to. So.
Oh, see, that's interesting. See, he said he took his daughter, to Sosua, because it's a lot of activities for kids. There's a lot of kids
especially
there.
in like Puerto Plata.
Puerto Plata, and they all, even in Sosua, they're on the beach. You see little kids on the beach with their moms and their parents and family members and stuff like that. Anything you want to tell them about your channel? What like, because they like, well, how do you rate your content? Like, are you like a creep cab? Are you a walk and talk guy? Or are you like telling them about the prices of the hotels and the restaurants and different stuff to get into, how much it costs? If you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that.
A little of everything, but my channel's still like in the baby stages.
Okay, so you still finding?
Yeah, I'm still finding. I'm like a toddler bumping into things, walking around right now. So, but it's definitely gonna grow. It's definitely gonna get better. I'm gonna definitely get more experience. So it's definitely going to have a maturation. So you'll start to see change in it. But I definitely don't do the creep cam. Like all the women I recorded,
they
know. I tell them. And a lot of the women I'm cool with, so I would feel bad. Like that's why I don't say certain things on the channel, because a lot of them watch, and a lot of them that can't speak English well, that they have other people interpret it for them. Yeah. So I kind of like don't want to say certain things, because I really bang with some of the women there. Yeah. So I would never want to say anything to disrespect them or put them in a negative light. So gotta really watch what I say.
Keep them in a good light. Yeah, they's good people. He flow with them. He rap with them. These people. Definitely. Yeah. That's cool vibes, man. That's it for now, guys. So you rocking out with 215? 215.
Yeah,
Damn, get it. Yeah, let them know. And phillydom, man, we out here in Philadelphia doing our thing. And definitely more and more videos will come from us. And we talk to you guys later. Peace out.